I freaking love the LCR, man. Holy crap. Oh, it's so good. Oh, that's not what I wanted. It's on 2. Why are you making this? I've got it set on 2. Do they all need to be 2? That's annoying. I think I'm going to reverse that. That's not how that was supposed to work. Try now, maybe? There we go. Alright, today I learned all of the input hatches have to be on the exact same circuit, otherwise it will not work. What seems to be the problem, officer? Ah, sheets. Oh my gosh, let me through. Alright, and go. There we go. Alright, advanced refrigerator. Oh. There were additional ones that I could have made. I think it's just more slots, though. That wouldn't have been too bad. But I think just the normal refrigerator should be good enough. Nice. Alright, let's see how we do here. So, in the lunchbox, they are 4 months and 3 days. Outside, they're 1 month and 2 days. And here, it's also 1 month and 2 days. Working disabled. How about if I turn you on? How's that? 10 months! Oh my goodness. Okay. That's amazing. 13 years. Wow. Okay. Pretty good. Hey, Tav. This is pretty sick, especially since these are like old soybeans. But I just got these. I just cooked them. So, 13 years is not bad. Is there a hole in the ground here? I never facaded these. And unlike the Greg covers, I can actually place these like this without having to remove a block. Allegedly. I don't seem to be able to do it right now. I stand corrected. I still need to remove the block. And I'm going to take damage if I do that. Really? I thought they were smarter than this. Maybe I can add it from underneath. Yeah, but that's only, I only made the refrigerator at MV. If you make it at HV, they get a lot more slots. But yeah, the cellar, again, is probably the intended way to do some of that. You're really just not going to let me place this, are you? Okay. Alright, so be it. You've left me no choice. Okay. Got some good stuff from the moon, thankfully. Alright, so we are going to set up some automation setups here. I think for starters, though, I would like some P2P tunnels. Alright, so we can make this, which is fine. And is it specifically a bright illuminated panel that you require? Yeah, I didn't think so. How about that? Okay, and we said we were good for most of this, right? Yep. Okay, so now we just need to make this guy. That's fine. Let's go ahead and get some of these guys, though. Red alloy plate, we can do like this. A glowstone plate, though. It's for plate mold. We'll probably do this for right now. We're not gonna worry about the lubricant. Oh, no worries. It is all well and good. That goes in there. This goes in the bender. And the bender. And these two go in my third molecular assembler. Now, unfortunately, I was thinking about this. There was an item in all the mods 9 to the sky that let you modify patterns to change the face that different ingredients in the thing left out of, and it doesn't look like that's included here. Because their pattern modifier is just bulk pattern modification. There was a tool where I could say that each ingredient left out of a different face of the pattern provider. I don't remember what it was called, and it does not appear to be here. And apparently, I can actually grow quartz out of these, so... I'm gonna place those down and see if they do anything. Did I throw them away? I did not, okay. I'm just gonna place these over here and see if they do anything. Okay, so what was I gonna do? I should build my extruder and assembler farm. I think for the most part, an MV assembler should be able to take care of like all of the important stuff. Some components, it looks like, and the ME stuff has to be HV. So there are probably some things that I need to... Yeah, all of my ME stuff is going to have to be in HV. But for the vast majority of everything, I should be able to get away with it in just an MV assembler. Oh, that's actually not too bad for these guys. At the very least, I think MV extruder is not going to be required for, or rather HV. Okay, for some alloys it looks like. Tantalum carbide, aquata, zirconium, iridium. Alright, so for starters though, Ostrom. For starters, I think we can do everything at MV. Yeah, I tabbed out of Minecraft to turn the music down a little bit. So let's start with an MV extruder. Because we're going to need several of those. Alright, what do you not know how to do? You're going to be a ULB, or MV, Universal Circuit. You don't know how to make the steel pipe, but that's because you don't know how to extrude things yet. But I will tell you how to make that. Do you know how to make croup-nickel wire, though? You do, okay. So let's see how this does. Yeah, correct. That's basically exactly what I'm working on right now, Tev. Actually, first of all, I wanted some P2P tunnels. Let's start there. And now we're going to do... Oh, it was recommending that I make the card and the advanced cards. Let's make those real quick. Gold plates, all right. Okay, there's one. And then what do we need for this? Man, it's already amazing. All right. Advanced network tool. There you go. Okay, so if I wanted, for example, let's call it 8 extruders. Missing 98 aluminum, a whole bunch of copper nickel, some steel, and some gears. Okay. Well, these two are things that I'm trying to rectify right now. The other two, I should be pretty rich in aluminum right now, because I just dumped a whole bunch of ore into my processor. Yes. So let's start chewing through that stuff. The copper nickel is a slightly different question now. Just verify I moved out. Oh, I should get those coils though. Those seem like something important to have in my AE system. Where is all my copper? Oh my goodness. Ah, it's all bound up in tetrahedrite. Why did I care so much about leaving this be? Because it was a source of cadmium. Okay, how am I doing on cadmium? I'm doing okay on cadmium. What do I need it for? Wood's metal. Okay. Anything else notable? Cadmium plates for anything? Oh. I need that for fusion. Okay, so maybe that is something that is slightly worth my time. Is there not just cadmium ore? Yeah, basically, so I can just throw in raw ore and I get dust out. Do I really not have any other form of copper? Oh, here we go. Although I'm probably chewing through something right now. So I remember dumping a whole bunch of stuff in there recently. Am I? Oh! I'm good. Alright. Chalco pyrite it is. Oops. Can't work on the gears now. Oh. I think I needed some steel pipes as well. Okay. Well, what do we do about that? Alright, these are just oxides. I'm pretty sure I can just smelt both of these into iron. I can, alright. Let's do it this way. Three whole seconds to cook half a stack. It's unbelievable. Could upgrade that at, could bump this thing up to EV, but it's okay for now. Yes, but I can turn cast iron ingots directly into steel. The problem is that I've got my EBFs on nitrogen right now, chewing through the aluminum. So I chucked 4 stacks in there. It's done with half of them, so 7 half stacks. So 7 times 32 times 7. That's like 30 minutes worth of just aluminum. Alright, well, maybe we bump that number down just a little bit. And I should really get these machines hooked up as well. Alright, where am I headed here? I am headed to probably titanium first. Maybe. I can make these. I need lots of powder barrels because this stuff is too expensive. Paper and string is not bad. Glycerol I get as a byproduct of my fuel flow, and I've got like a whole 1,000 buckets of it. Actually, maybe this is the way to do it. All right. Nitration mixture. Sulfuric acid and nitric acid. Yes, that's right. All right. What was the recommendation for nitric acid? Nitrogen dioxide. Regular chemical reactor with more oxygen and water. Why regular? That seems weird. Yeah, I can do it in a... Oh, is the point that I can only make nitrogen dioxide this way in LCR? That's the point. Okay. So the point is that I can only do this recipe for nitrogen dioxide in the LCR. But I can also just do this one in the LCR too. Okay. Well, let's go make a ton of this after we're done smelting my iron. So let's start with nitrogen and oxygen, which was, let's get that up here. Sir. Oh, that's neat. So I can manufacture string if I need it, but I think I should have enough. Glycerin, trinitrate, nitration mixture, nitric acid. Alright, so 3 buckets of this stuff is what I need. To get 2 buckets of this, which makes... So 1 bucket of nitric acid. 2 makes 4. And 3 makes... Okay, so there's a whole bunch of weird ratios here, but I need 3 of this stuff. And it's a 1 to 2 is a 1. So... Let's make 3 barrels of this stuff. Drums, rather. So that would be 6. I don't have that many drums. Oh, I do. Never mind. Oh, you're full of my what? You're full of my rocket fuel. You're full of my air to breathe. Use the crafting tree auto crafting with the patterns. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Is there anything that I can throw out here? I'm gonna throw away. I'm not gonna throw it away. I'm gonna just consolidate here. That's not what I wanted to do. Don't shoot the barrel. So I believe it was... two of oxygen and 1 of nitrogen. Okay. That would make sense for nitrogen dioxide. Alright, what circuit condition? 3. Ah, yes, I need to do another round. You can do auto crafting with your crafting queue. Oh, you're talking this guy, the recipe tree. Yeah, so I could do this. The problem is that I can't set where things come from, so it usually turns into a whole big mess. So this is probably what it actually is. This is not a great ROI the more that I'm looking at it. Yeah, but the problem is that it makes things as byproducts. So if I have a recipe set for something that's like a dust that has a byproduct, then it takes that recipe as the recipe for the byproduct, which is really frustrating. All right, 3 of these and 1 of water. All right. So let's do this. What's that circuit? 1. Let's get my water set up in here. Then I will screwdriver and do that. Have to bust out the stainless steel drum for this one. Alright, so we had 3 buckets. Rather, we should now have 2 or 3 drums. We should now have 2 drums of... Yep. Nitric acid. Nitric oxide. Nitrosyl chloride. I went the other route the last time. Ooh, that's actually kind of a nice recipe. Alright, we're going to hang on to the nitric oxide. Alright, now that I have my nitric acid... No, do I? I do have nitric acid. Okay. Now I need an equivalent quantity of sulfuric acid, which is going to be a little tough to come by. Well, not tough to come by, but... That is also acidic, okay. That's what I meant, that it's going to be tough to manage here. It occurs to me yeah, you know what occurs to me? I don't even have to do this. Because I have other options now. So I needed 4 more of these. 3 more. And the tooltip is backwards. Oh, no, it's not. That's fixed now. There we go. So now I can just do nitration mixture. I can ask for 112 buckets. No, 224 buckets. There we go. Yeah, that's gonna just endlessly freewheel, I guess. Alright, aluminum is done. How are all of my iron? Nice. I want it all. Before I do that, I should switch this over. No circuit required, however, I gotta switch these. Hey, there you are, doggo. How's it going? Alright, so now we can just take an obscene amount of iron and flood it all to make steel. Okay, not what I would have expected. Because the dust is not actually a valid recipe, I remember. Can I get down, please? There we go. The dust don't count. Alright, 256 aluminum should hold us over for just a little bit. Probably not for too much longer, but... Alright, so how about my... Oh, you're probably still going, huh? Yeah. Alright, so we got about halfway done with that. The other thing I needed were the steel pipes, which I will get to eventually. I also am going to need a lot of the assemblers. Good, I know how to make all of that. However, I would like you to be universal circuits. That's not what I asked for. I asked for the actual universal circuit. There you go. All right. Chuck this down here for a sec. Still have a little bit of distilled water for no appreciable reason. How hard is this stuff to make? EV with RTM. Okay, not for a while yet. Alright. No worries, doggo. Play when you can. I'm just glad you guys are having fun. Which way is my... No. There it is. Yeah, of course. Thanks for being one of the 3 people who shows up. Alright. How are we doing over here? We are out of energy. Oh, hi. Well, guess what, buddy? I have bad news. I've advanced some since I last saw your kind. There you go. How much more do you have left? You have some of it left. Is it enough that I care about? Yep. Galena quartz, some silver, lots of quartz, lots of pyrite. Yeah, you know, let's indulge myself here. All right. Now, while it is way faster than flying, I almost completely destroyed my jetpack battery, so I will be flying. Oh, is this where? What's up here? Oh, we're on food. Okay. Let's get you outfitted with some fluid. I look like I'm not keeping up. I guess 3 EGHs are not enough. Hello? Who's there? You're gonna learn something today. Why can I not? You down here? Alright, I think that got rid of him. My food setup looks like every time I run out of food, I grow some soybeans in one of these greenhouses. That's how it looks. Oh, I already got one. I see. Alright, we're gonna fly this time. I guess this is like somewhat comparable to my jetpack. Might be on par. I don't even have. Oh, excuse me. I don't even have the HV components in here. I'm still rocking on the MV upgrades, so this actually gets better by a fair amount. Well, not by a fair amount, by a marginal amount, but marginal enough to be noticeable. Now let's just set her down right here. Right about there. Cool. All right. I command V resume. Come on, buddy. Your turn. What are we doing here? You're good, you're good. Why are you no good? Oh, there you go. Okay. This is what I was after, the silver. I believe it is the fastest. There's the aluminum hopper. 2 final upgrades requiring HV, 3 seats and a booster slot. This is increased durability, max speed, and that's the other final upgrade. So I'm pretty sure I'm at what I can be. However, I can make EV components as well, which would change the calculus a little bit. I should also clear some of the... I have so much freaking mica, which is good because this stuff is actually super useful. So we're gonna steal the mica. Okay. And hopefully by the time we're back, my mixing should be done. I just threw a whole bunch of copper in there too, so theoretically I should have some more copper dust now. I'm assuming you mean any time. This is my same mining setup. I've yet to upgrade it to HV. And it's not going to be super useful on the moon because combustion doesn't work there. So I will be limited to what I can do with solar. Are you guys still going? Hey, you actually finished. That's pretty cool. All right, silver is next. All right, then the mica will go in here for safekeeping. To eventually be chewed up. Okay. Mixer complete. Okay. 256 buccarinos of this stuff. Yoink. Cool. All right, nitration mixture to glycerol trinitrate. Where is my glycerol? I had a lot of it. which is really funny because I've been talking a ton and I didn't realize I was muted. I've been like talking nonstop, trying to be a good streamer. Okay. Anywho, that was a little bit more complicated than I expected, but it is bound now. The problem is that, does this power? I can't remember. I can't remember if when you do that. So let's just try this. Pattern provider. Silicon plate, small aluminum gear. Okay. Well, the first one we can solve. That's a solvable one. But then we need to do what? Aluminum. We'll try and put that in our small gear machine. Beautiful. Okay. How about now? Will you make me one? That's very kind of you. Man, this is so nice. Are we actually crafting? We are. Okay. Beautiful. All right, now let's try this. No, it does give power. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that. Okay. Now let's try this, and if I now try to make another pattern provider, we should know how to make those now. We do! Fantastic. But what I didn't do is I did not set you up to allow those things. Okay, good deal. All right, now, I believe these are pretty expensive bite-wise to make. Yeah, I don't even think I can make 2 of these. Yeah, my crafting storage is not big enough. Okay, so we make 1 at a time. Actually, crafting storage uses a packer, which is kind of funny. And that takes EV circuits, which I don't think I've automated. But there's not a reason why I can't, is there? I just don't think I have. Yeah, the first one is within reach here, so. Although I'm pretty sure I haven't taught it how to make fine electron wire or anything like that, but. Well, let's try it. Can I make an EV circuit? I can. Wow. Okay. I'm out of diodes, though, after this, looks like. Yeah, what the hell? Let's I teach you how to make stainless steel plates. I did. Alright, how about 1K storage components? Gold plates, lovely. How are we doing here? Okay, you just take some time. Cool. This is so cool. I do need my packer, though. I'm just going to continue doing what I was doing earlier. That's why I did it like that. I remember now. All right, now let's see if I can do 2. $124. 0.76. Everything but some Coopernickel. This is probably going to be painstakingly slow, but it's a good start. Can I get away with 5? I can. Wow. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful thing. Can I not? 2.05. 2.08. Ah, haha. Not quite. Now, how does one make a coprocessor? Coprocessor. Oh, that's not bad. I should grab some of those. Actually, you know what? Oh, we'll let you go. You're not hurting anybody. Oh, look. I get a little highlight. Pretty neat. Did I only ask for 3? I asked for 4. Okay, there we go. I don't know what the delay is sometimes, but... Okay, here's where we start breaking. Stainless steel diode. Alright, the diode is going to be tricky, but at the very least we can. Let's get that last pattern. Nope. What other kinds of rotors do I need? Nope. Ah, out of patterns. Well, let's do the classic pattern for blank patterns. I think this was just a normal assembler, right? Not a clean room? Yeah, it is HV, but not a clean room at least. All right, now we can start. Well, can get something to start. Ah, yes, that's the one I didn't set up. Okay. Let's make some sheets. Okay. All right, we'll start there for now. All right, now bolts. I remember off the top of my head, the blue alloy bolts and tin bolts. Probably steel bolts. Probably red alloy bolts. Because all of those will eventually also need to be screws. But we will get there when we get there. Okay. We can expand it to include both sides of this as well. We can do the front side as well. All right, assemblers would be up next. But I think we've got a good starter capability here. Let's see if I have what it takes to make Alright. Fuck ton of aluminum, silicon rubber. Oh, I didn't do silicon rubber. Oh, and the rings. Yes, of course. Nope, that's not the right recipe. I think those are the rings I need for now. I know there's like nickel ferrite and stuff like that. All right. So if I wanted 8 of you, you're missing capacitors, transistors, CPU chips. Silicon rubber we can fix, aluminum we can fix, copper, nickel. All right, so maybe we hook up these guys first. I think that's probably the next best idea. But now we're actually starting to have real controller requirements. So I can make one more controller. Okay. Start there. I can probably ask for this. But we can start here. And then remember what we're going to do, because do it like this. Remind myself what I'm doing here, because I think I'm done for the night. It's been about 2 hours. Got a lot done. We will proceed. Oh, look at this. These actually grow Cirtus boards. How does one break this? Now, a bud is not a cluster. This is pretty cool, though. I didn't realize that this is how this worked. Wow. Okay. Good to know. Anywho. All right. I think that's it for me. So, Dago Tav, thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll see you later. Best of luck.